G'day my friends, Marty Ware here, Australian agricultural horticulturist, coming to you with another story today about papaya. Yes, I grow papaya in my little small space garden here on the mid-north coast of Australia, permaculture style. I've got my companions down below and I've got it in a spot where I'm creating my own mini ecosystem to make it nice and warm, because papaya need more warmth and they need really good soils, drainage, and good food in the system, like a living food, to get that flavour right. And when you get that flavour right, boom! I remember the first time was in Bali on one of my surfing journeys, and I ordered a tropical salad. And I remember eating the papaya, and all my friends go, that's papaya, how good is that? I'm just going, that is just the bomb. So I've been on a mission to grow it ever since. And I've started a whole lot of new seedlings this year, and what I do is I choose the little short stumpy ones with a thick stem, and they're the females, and the taller lanky ones are the male. You just need one male to cross-pollinate if there's no other papayas around. You just need that, otherwise you won't end up with nice tasty papaya. Another thing you need is good drainage soil. Now I started mine by creating a straw bale garden, a different type of straw bale garden where it's an above ground garden that eventually becomes a lasagna garden, and you keep growing and growing and growing until eventually you start off with small plants, edibles, until you end up with something like papaya growing out of it, right? And they just grow like no tomorrow, because you're building up that soil profile, the biology, you're feeding the soil and not the plants. And the plants will reward you with that. And we end up with hardly any pests and disease problems. You know, we do still get it, but much less from my experience. So when you have a really good soil, you need a good draining soil or a good sandy soil with plenty of humus in it for papaya. And they don't like to dry out, right? They don't have a big, massive root system. And if it gets really windy, they probably can blow over. They need to be in a nice protected spot with plenty of sunlight, so those big massive leaves can photosynthesize, sending all that carbon and sugars down into the soil below and feeding that soil biology. So then all the microbes and everything start getting all that food and sending the sugars back up, and then it ends up in your fruit. So just before you harvest your fruit, you've got to look and see if the nodule at the tip of the fruit is browning off and the fruit's starting to go a bit changing colour. And when it's about halfway changing colour, grab it. Grab it before a possum or a bat does. Generally, I've got mine hiding under the leaves as much as possible, but every now and again, other things like to eat them. So I get them when they're about halfway through. Not too green, because you don't get the sugars into them then. But if you get them at the right stage, boom. Red papaya smoothie with banana. Just can't be beaten. Anyway, keep following the stories here at Marty's Garden. Hopefully you got something out of that video. Plenty more coming on the way about growing, gardening, worm farming, and creating these delicious gardens in a small space, permaculture style, sustainable, agricultural. Well, it's all in a small space garden. And it's pretty hard to believe there's that much food in here, but there is. Make sure you subscribe to keep on learning more, and I'll see you at the next video / story vlog real soon. Bye for now.